Hello and welcome to another Friday night Scary Stories. Tonight's story is a true story. We just embellished it a bit and made it a little more spooky for you. If you have a spooky story plot you would like to share with us, please get me on Messenger or by email. We found this story over on Jezebel.com. So without further ado, let's get to Megan's story, The Things That Go Bump in the Night. Shortly after my son was born, my then husband and I bought a 100-year-old house, the kind that stores its old sounds like other people's voices. It was a fixer-upper, and we put our care into it. We moved in with a medium-large dog and the brittle confidence of new parents. I'd always been afraid of the dark. A boy peering into my bedroom when I was young left scars that never stopped noticing shadows. At night, the house made excuses for itself. The roof sighed under old-growth branches. The radiators took ragged breaths, and the back gate kept rehearsing a metallic cough. I told myself the noises were normal and hid under the covers like any reasonable adult. When my ex left, I kept our son and the house. He kept the dog. One night around dusk, when my son was still small, my phone died during a movie. The lone charger was in the kitchen. Crossing the dark hallway felt ordinary until the feeling arrived. A cold, electric certainty that something was very wrong. Goosebumps marched up my arms, and my mouth tasted like I swallowed ice. The back gate was opened. Cross-legged in the yard, utterly still, sat someone facing the house, just staring. A hood, dark sunglasses, absurd in the falling light. They didn't move. They were still. When I stepped closer to the window, they didn't flinch. When I watched them watching me, it felt less like being seen and more like being examined. I grabbed my dead phone and the charger, then went over to the back door and locked it. I stumbled over to my laptop and I messaged the first person I could find online. Someone sitting in my yard, staring at my house. My phone's dead. Call the police if you don't hear from me in 5 minutes. I told myself they will go now because they've been seen. I sat, every small sound magnified, waiting. My phone finally woke up and I called 911. The dispatcher asked me to check the door and look out without being seen. I crept into the kitchen on tippy toes, chest tight. I checked the door to make sure it was locked, but then looked down in horror to realize the back door had a dog door the size of a child's doorway, opened and useless. My stomach dropped, and I forced myself to stand and peer through the window. A suggestion of a face filled the glasses. The hood and the sunglasses were just inches away from being in the kitchen light, watching. This person's presence was too casual. The darkness inside the lenses reflected nothing. The dispatcher's voice got sharp. "Grab your son. Get to a locked room." I scooped him up and moved towards the front of the house. As I turned, I heard it, the soft, deliberate creak of the dog door swing open. Not a rush, not a crash, a slow, measured swing, like a breath someone had learned how to hold. It sounded patient, practical, like someone was testing whether the house would let them in. I ran out with my son through the front door, leaving it wide open, and pounded on the neighbor's door to let us in. They let us in, pausing dinner to keep my son calm, while I sat there sobbing for the indoor cat we left behind. Ridiculously small animal, that suddenly felt like the last tether to the ordinary. The officers arrived and went through the side gate. They found her exactly where I left her, sitting on the back step, hood up, sunglasses still on, one arm swinging lazily in and out through the dog door like a pendulum keeping time. It's as if she was sitting for tea. As they led her out, she didn't protest. She didn't seem surprised. She simply fit somehow into all the small openings the house offered. I boarded up the dog door that night with nails and trembling hands, but the board felt more like paper against what I had seen. We moved a few months later, but within those months, when I heard the house settle and the gate laminate the wind, I could never be certain whether those knocks, bumps, and yawning gate had been simply the tired sound of an aging place, or whether something else had been rehearsing patiently on the other side of the woods. Thanks for watching another Friday night spooky campfire story. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. I'll leave a link for last week's story in the description below. If you like this kind of stuff, there's also a playlist of all the Friday night stories. We'll see you again next week.